In today's video, I am going to discuss SAT math test, no calculator section. Time allotted is 25 minutes and there are 20 questions to be solved. I will show you step by step how to solve question. Initially, we will read the question, go through the question, try to understand the question, and I will explain you the detailed method. But later I will show you the same question, how you can solve fast and within the time 25 minutes, so much before the time. So stay tuned to this video and try to understand what I am saying, how I am explaining the things. I am pretty sure my couple of videos, when you observe, you will understand whenever a paper is presented to you, how you can start your approach and how you can solve the questions. So here is our first question. As you can see, the question is asking what value of z satisfies the equation above. Let us take a look at the question. So our equation is 2z plus 1 equals to z. The normal method that we have learnt in our school, I am using that method. So negative g, and that gives you z plus 1 equals to 0, and g plus 1 equals to 0, and then you can add negative 1 and negative 1, so finally you get z equals to negative 1. Okay, so this method is there, but the method which I am explaining you, just try to understand. Not only with this type of equation, but any equation, it is helpful. Just have a look at the explanation. So here is our equation, 2z plus 1 equals to z, and the shortcut approach would be 2z equals 2z minus z, that is given z, and this changes to this side, so g equals to negative 1. The answer comes in just one step. What I have done exactly, I am explaining you. First of all, whenever you change you have to get only z, and everything you have to send to the other side of the equality. For example, in this question 2z plus 1, you have to get all the z together, all the variables together. So you have to transfer this g to this side. So whenever a transfer is done, positive sign changes to negative sign, negative changes to positive, multiplication changes to division, and division changes to multiplication. That is the rule. So with little practice you will understand. So I need only g on the left side and the other numbers on the right side of the equality side. So in order to get that, you have to transfer this g to the left side. So 2z is in the left side and g is in the right side. So transfer this g, 2g, and when this g comes from right to left, it becomes negative, because here it is positive, so side changes and becomes negative. And this plus 1, since this has to be transferred to the other side, the term having no variable changes to the other side, so it will be plus 1 will become minus 1, negative 1. Now 2z minus g is z, and answer is negative 1. Directly you will get the answer, g is equal to negative 1. If you follow this step, your answers you can get in one step rather doing the answer in these many steps. I will do more practice questions. I will do some more questions to explain this part in some other video. But for now, this is how you should solve in the real SAT exams. Our next question is, a television with a price of $300 is to be purchased with an initial payment of $60 and weekly payments of $30. Which of the following equations can be used to find the number of weekly payments W required to complete the purchase, assuming that there are no taxes or fees? So first of all, we have to understand the question pretty well, what exactly the question is asking. Then we should proceed to think on the options that is given to us. So question is asking you that a television is to be purchased whose price is $300 and initial payment has to be made for $60 and weekly payments of $30. So which of the equation will be the right answer to this kind of solution? Now you know that you are paying weekly $30. So number of weekly payments, $30 per week, and how many weeks? So time it, 30 times W will give you total amount of in dollars paid weekly, and there is one payment, that is initial payment, and that is for $60. So $60 is one time initial payment and weekly payment of $30. Now if you are paying each week $30, so just 1 times 30, first payment is $30, next payment again second week 30, so total amount paid weekly will be 120, and 60 you have paid already, and additional payment is 30 times 2, so 60, so total becomes 120. And in third week also you are paying $30, so 30 times 3, 90, and add 60 already is there, so 90 and 60, 150. So likewise, the question is that therefore asking you which equation will be the right answer, right option. Now you have to think. First of all, the payment to payment has to be equal to $300 and the two sums are to be added. So you cannot have this part, this equation. You cannot have this equation because it is subtracted. And here you cannot have this also because there is no initial payment mentioned here, 60. So this is going to be the right option, and let us try to understand why it is the right option. C is given 300 equals to 30 W plus 60. 60 is your initial payment, and every week you are paying 30. So after first week it will be 30 plus 60 plus 30 times 1, that is 90. Second week again 30, so 120. Third week again 30, so 150. And likewise you will keep on paying, and it will continue till you get 300. So we are not required to find how many weeks, but it is just asking you the actual correct equation. So this is going to be the right answer. I hope it is clear to you. So the answer C is the correct option.